I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
Dorit, why are you so hard headed? Why you ain't put that caftan on? And please, for the love of God and for the love of us all, leave Sutton the hell alone. Girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip, girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip, girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip, girl. T Petty Bunch, welcome back to another episode of Girl. Can we gossip with the petty one? You guys know we already back for another car chronicle. Lunch break. Before we get into the shenanigans and my talking points about this here episode of Beverly Hills, I want to thank my subscribers. You guys never cease to amaze me. You know, being a content creator is not for the faint at heart. You have those days where it's like you post content and it's like you're not getting the views and you're not getting the engagement. For some people, that would be a red flag to move on and try something else. But in this season, I'm going to be like the little engine that could. I'm going to, if at first you don't succeed, try and try and try again. Faith without works is dead. Consistency is key. If you are not consistent in that old movie Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. Now, I know a lot of times people look at, being a content creator and everybody's like, oh, it's oversaturated, it's this, that. And that very well may be true, but I'm trying to tell y'all, get in where you fit in. Your tribe will find you. And with that being said, let's get into this latest episode down to the 90210. Okay, so I am not, again, going in order. I am talking key talking points that are standing out to me. And so for me, I know everybody wants to talk about the whole Sutton versus Dorit, pick on somebody whose wallet size is the same as yours. We're going to get there. But I want to talk about Mo and him living his best life, okay? And his vacation. Now, mind you, Mo was talking about his European lying shenanigans across Europe. What he did not tell the people that he had a PYT picking him up from the airport. And baby, Miss Honey Boo Boo Kitty Chow where was her clothes at? Baby came like she was ready to be the snack of all snacks, okay? Mo must have, had some food on the plane, but baby came to the airport and said, baby, I am serving dessert. Wow, let's get into it, okay? So the end of this episode ends with the headlines. The headline says, Mauricio Umansky spotted kissing a new woman amid his separation from Kyle. Again, this whole situation is a scheme that Mo set up. So Sutton, while she's kicking with Garcelle, very much believe that Kyle and Mo are giving us a dose of War of the Roses, where you have a couple that is estranged and they are going back and forth with their new flings just everywhere. If you spot me here, oh, I was spotted with a PYT here, I was spotted there, here, there, everywhere, okay? So we saw it first. And you know what? Sometimes I don't agree with Sutton, but I'm going to believe that there is some validity to what Sutton is saying. Now, Sutton, who we know is a globetrotter. She is a jet setter. She is a socialite in her own right. She is Mrs. Moneybags, and she let Dorit know, baby, play with your own wallet. Don't play with mine, okay? So she let us know that the airport that Mo was spotted at with the PYT is not an airport that the paparazzi just chill at. The paparazzi do not hang at that airport. So she feels that some sneaky, shady, shisty stuff was going on. She believes that Mo, in fact, has paid the paparazzi to appear and knew that this would get Kyle's panties in a bunch. And it is sort of making sense to me, because remember, Mo was talking about, oh, me and Portia are going to Europe. The later leg of the trip, I'm gonna link up with PK and we're gonna have some boys' time. Okay, boys' time, but you're gonna have your snack before you meet up with your homeboy. And while Portia is going to be meeting her best friend, and they're going to be gallivanting or doing whatever it is they do, y'all, please, when I heard about Mo taking a European vacation with Portia, now he's gonna be out with PK and now his PYT and doing his thing. Why did I start thinking about Taken, the first the first installment of Taken with Liam Neeson? I started thinking like, damn, Mo is gonna be out here with his PYT, getting his snack on, and Portia is gonna get caught up in some Taken type shit if he don't check in and be the parental that he is supposed to be to this girl. I just thought that was funny. If you have not seen Taken, watch it. It's a bop. It's a vibe. So that happening. So Mo is gallivanting, being spotted with his much younger PYT. Now, mind you, Kyle last season was gallivanting and fool-la-lying with Morgan Wade, who she has consistently just said that she's just a friend. She's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. They say she's just a friend. So maybe Morgan is just a friend. We don't know. But they looked kind of cozy in that. Remember, Morgan Wade put out that video and Kyle played her romantic interest in that video. And let's just say, I'm sorry, like I have friend girls, and we have fun, we kick it, we kiki and everything. I'm not going to get a tattoo and putting my friend girl's initial on parts of my body. We're not gonna. No, I'm just not gonna do that. So my thing is, Kyle, if you at one point or time was questioning or if you're questioning your sexuality and you don't really know where you stand, I feel like that's what was probably causing the demise of your situationship with Morgan. I feel like Morgan is living loud and proud, and I don't feel like you are ready to be as loud and proud, but maybe behind closed doors, between the sheets, you want to do what you want to do, but being out in public, even though we've seen you guys out in public and it's very much giving we are lovers, it's not giving this my homegirl, this my best friend, this my good sis. It's just not giving that. So Sutton also believes that Kyle most definitely was paying the paparazzi to show her and Morgan and their gallivanting, promenading, fool-la-lying around Beverly Hills. So that's what Sutton is saying to Garcelle. And Garcelle is, of course, is always there for a good key. Garcelle is eating it up. Y'all know Garcelle be the first one with the tea on the phone, calling Sutton, telling her about the tea. Also, Dorit and Bowles were definitely, they were talking about it, discussing, oh my God, I cannot believe this, da 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 da. The only one that seemed to really want to get the true tea was Miss Erica Jane. So Miss Erica Jane calls Kyle, and Kyle looks at her. They look at each other, staring for a second. And so Kyle asks Erica Jane, how are you? And so Erica's like, I should be asking you that. So then Erica's journalistic instinct kicks in and she's just like, did you know? And Kyle, I didn't know. Uh, do you know, have you seen this woman before? Do you know who she is? No. So this is crazy. I'm really excited about next week's episode because it looks like we're going to dig more into what the hell is going on with Mo and Kyle and their extracurricular activities. Also, we saw Kyle invite her life coach over, and they talked a little bit. And I'm gonna have to say, this season, Kyle has not been giving what she should have been giving, in my opinion. And so during this time, he's just asking her how she feels about the house being quiet. And so that's when she revealed that, Portia is in Europe with Mo. This is the first time that, since Portia has been alive, that she has been away from Portia this extended amount of time. So they start, he starts digging deeper, asking her, more questions. And Kyle is just like, she feels like Mo is out here living his best damn life, and is. So Mo is out here living his best whole ass life, and Kyle is just like, well, I never really thought that I would be a single mother, and da this, da. And so basically it boils down to Kyle feeling like when the chips were down and shit got tough, that Mo didn't fight for her. And part of me is kind of like, that kind of resonated with me. Women, when we were once pursued by our men, our women, our partners, what have you, it made us feel good. It helped with our self-esteem. It made us feel like, damn, okay, I am actually, and not saying that your self-esteem is low, but it kind of just makes you feel good that you are being pursued, that you are being desired. And I guess for Kyle, she's just feeling like, hey, not really feeling desired. And she just felt like Mo had basically was bored of their relationship, had given up, and that he did not fight and was not fighting for her. So my thing is this: I'm gonna take it all the way back many a season ago. Y'all remember that psychic when she came in, when Camille, see you next Tuesday, Grammer invited the ladies over, and they had that the reading with the psychic who was smoking the e-cigarette at the time. She was mad annoying, but y'all remember when she put it out in the atmosphere and she spoke over Kyle's marriage in a negative way. And my thing is, this is why I have to say, y'all, if you into psychic readings and all that shit, that is cool if that's what you choose to do. But for me and mine, I ain't sitting in front of no psychic asking no psychic shit. I ain't doing it. I am not doing it. So Kyle, you putting yourself in the atmosphere. Now, I'm not saying that that was the reason, the demise of your marriage, but I'm just saying, don't put yourself in a compromising situation where your morals and values could be challenged, or just allowing some type of negative force to seep into your universe. So that being said, I don't know. But then again, Kyle, you were with Morgan. So if Mo wasn't giving you what you needed, was Morgan giving you what you needed? And if she was, then it's like, okay, you was doing your thing, Mo was doing his thing. So I don't know. Y'all comment below. Tell me how y'all feel about that with Mo fool lying. Listen, Mo is not playing with y'all. I already said Mo had some player like tendencies. Y'all remember that one party that they had, and that woman and her drunk ass was dancing up on Mo, and Mo wasn't really trying to push her away. Kyle came and got upset because one of the daughters had dragged her over and saw the foolishness that was happening. And Kyle got in between the foolishness. Now, Mo didn't really push the lady away. Kyle was getting mad at the lady instead of bopping her husband upside his head. That's what I would have been doing. But I digress. Now I want to move on and talk about Bose and Keely. So how do you guys feel? Now listen, Bose, listen, I ain't mad at my good sis. Her money is long. Her money is so long that she invites vendors into her home when she needs her hair done. Her wigologist comes to the home. When she wants her nails done, her nail tech comes to the home. Damn it, she wants to talk about having babies at the good tender age of 47. What does she do? She does not go to the doctor's office, damn it. She brings the doctor, the baby whisperer, to her home, invites her to her home, and she has a sonogram on her bed. This is that's what I'm saying. Money. Her money is long, long. So anyway, Bose is talking about, being 47. She has met Keely, who she is very much in love with. They've only been dating for about 3 months or so. And she's 47, he's 48. Keely does not have children. So Bose has already given us the tea on her life when it comes to having kids. We know that her daughter Lael is 15, but we also know that she had a pregnancy that she ended up losing a baby because she just couldn't carry the baby to term. So now, at her being 47, she is worried about, having a baby. She wants to give her man a baby. He doesn't have any kids, and I get it. She wants to have a baby. So she invites the baby doctor, Dr. Cindy, over so they can check her eggs to see if she has any viable eggs and, just to check on her reproductive system. So Keely comes over, they sit in front of Dr. Cindy. Dr. Cindy is giving them a lesson about how basically the older that you get, you don't have as many eggs as you once did when you were in, earlier stages of life, early 20s, 30s. So they go up to Bose's room, and the the doctor is inside the womb, and so we get a look at Bose's womb. Thanks, Bose. So we get a look at her womb, and Dr. Cindy is like, everything's good. Then she starts talking about these egg houses. So come to find out that Bose has about 4 egg houses, which is pretty good for a woman being 47 years old. So Dr. Cindy said, again, the older that you get, the less egg houses you would seem to have. So Bose has about 4. She says they're doing well, and she's excited because, again, she loves her man. They want to have babies and do all that good stuff. So comment below. Tell me, how do you guys feel? Do you guys feel that 47, do you guys feel that 47 is too old to be having babies? And I know some of you might answer and be like, no, shoot, Holly Berry had a baby. Oh, Janet Jackson had a baby at 50. But that that's a lot. But hey, Bose got the finances, they got the money, they can, financially take care of their child. But I'm just thinking, at damn near 50, having a baby, your kid will be 20, you'll be like 70. So that's a lot. If that's what they want, they like it, I love it, and Godspeed. I hope that we will hear that Bose is expecting soon, and I hope, that it all works out for her and Keely, because remember, Bose lost her husband and Lael lost her father, and Lael didn't get a chance to meet her father because her father passed when she was first born. So, Bose deserves a chance at love. She deserves a chance at having a family to add on to the family that she already has. So I get it. I understand why she wants that. She wants to be able to give her man that gift of having children. So I thought that was cool. Okay, now let's get into this whole situation. You gotta love Jay Tilley. Now that's I've always loved Jay Tilley as an actress. There was always something about her. I'm not sure if it's like the scratchiness of her voice or whatever. There is something just warm and welcoming about this woman. So we see Jay Tilley is talking to her team, getting ready to throw a calf's can caviar soiree for the ladies. So we're talking caviar, we're talking baked potatoes, and just so much caviar that you could explode. Okay, so as she's talking with her team, she sees everything is looking like everything. Sutton pulls up on her, and they get to talking. Jay Tilley gives her a gift. She was at an event with that Dolce and Gabbana had, Sutton, Jay Tilley, and the guys from Dolce and Gabbana are like besties. So she gives her a little gift. And so, Sutton is just talking and she's like, oh, I need a billionaire boyfriend. I need somebody to spoil me, blah, 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 blah. And so as they're talking, again, Sutton fills Jay Tilley in on about the shenanigans that happened at Dorit's 4th of July debacle. So Sutton says it was a traumatic situation. So she replays the situation where she's saying that Garcelle asked her what she's drinking, and she explains that she's having this, it's a watermelon type of drink. It's refreshing, it's cool. And on a 4th of July hot ass day, I'm quite sure it was very much refreshing. So then Garcelle says, oh, is there alcohol in it? Dorit interjects and goes, hey, did you just ask Sutton if there was alcohol in her drink? Ah, baby, the fireworks happened. That took Sutton through the roof. That simple question right there caused Sutton to spaz out, to crash out, to just lose her damn mind. And I get what a lot of you are saying, that hey, Dorit insinuating and perpetuating this lie that she has a drinking problem most in fact triggered Sutton. And I am gonna have to say, Dorit, you were wrong and you knew what buttons to push. Now, Sutton has always been very open about her father unaliving himself, her father and his depression, her father and his taking pills, mixing them with alcohol to leave this earth. That didn't happen. Unfortunately, he ended up powing himself while her mother was at secondhand. So I am gonna say, Dorit, and I know I've been riding hard for you this season, but Miss Mamas, you were wrong. However, Sutton is wrong as well for things that she has done to Dorit. Now, okay, there is something about these two women that have caused them to become like oil and water. And I'm going to say it's because they are both the same type of girly. Now listen to me for a minute. Now, on each show, each housewife show, there is the upper echelon when it comes to the hierarchy of this show, okay? So we know there's always a HBIC, then there's a supporting HBIC, and then we have their minions and how they trickle down and how they fill out and round out the cast. So when Dorit came on, Dorit's claim to fame was being the fashion girly, was being the trophy wife, arm candy, beautiful, model-esque influencer that everyone wants to be, whatever. So Sutton, in her own right, when you think about Sutton's life, Sutton, like Dorit, was married to someone who had big bank, very influential. They come over, her Sutton's husband, influential, big bank, has money. Sutton, housewife, like Dorit. However, Sutton probably did not have as much esteem as Dorit. Sutton raising kids. Sutton was probably more of like a housewife, and I feel like Dorit is that bitch that Sutton wish she could have been. Sutton wishes that she could have been on Christian's arm and probably mingling, like how PK was parading Dorit out, baby, in front of the socialites, in front of high society. Hell, she was best friends with Boy George. So Dorit had her hand on just a lot of things that I don't feel Sutton really was able to have her hands on. Although Sutton financially had the money that PK was claiming to have when he first came on the show. We were thinking he's this big money guy, and he's very well connected. So Sutton's ex-husband, well connected. Sutton, like Dorit, They were almost like living the same type of life. The only difference is that Sutton was more so of a homebody. Now, since Sutton and her ex-husband have divorced, Sutton now is in the era of becoming a fashion girly like Dorit. Sutton has opened her own shop. I'm sorry, her own clothing boutique. Sutton now has the money where she can be best friends with designers who I will probably never wear. Dolce, Gabbana, Givenchy. Sutton is putting her name out there as being one of these high-end clothing brands. So she and Dorit now are kind of on the same playing field. So in my opinion, that's what I feel like. Dorit was living the life that Sutton wishes she could have lived when she was married. Now that Sutton is divorced, Sutton is living her best life. So I feel like that's where the power struggle comes from these two women. They are, I'm going to say, one and the same. They're both snobby. They're both a little bitchy. They're both condescending. They both can be very mean girlish if they feel that you are giving the same energy in response to their bitchiness. So that's why I feel that Sutton and Dorit have definitely bumped heads and continue to bump heads because they are one and the same. Nevertheless, Dorit, you were wrong for insinuating and perpetuating that Sutton has a drinking problem. Now, mind you, you know the backstory about Sutton. She shared it with you all. And that's probably one of the reasons why Sutton did not invite Dorit on the trip, because it's like, okay, I've shared with the group about my situation with my dad. Um, I'm not going to invite you into the confines of my home because of how you talked about me. I don't want you to get a first-hand bird's eye view of the home that I grew up in, of seeing the home where my father unalived himself, of meeting my mother. So no, I am not going to extend that courtesy to you because you continuously, are putting me out there like I'm an alcoholic to the group. So that's where I feel that Dorit definitely wrong. You knew that that was going to sting Sutton. So I feel like that's why Sutton has all this animosity, and that's why the animosity was on full display at Tilley's caviar catastrophe. Sutton came in on 1,000. She was not playing with Dorit. Dorit, I'm sorry, but Sutton most definitely ate you up. I really don't think that at this time that you could eviscerate her. There's nothing that, when she came for the wallet, and we already know that y'all behind on bills and stuff, that's what the people down in the 90210 was saying, that PK is very much behind, that the bills ain't being paid, this, the third. Sutton's bills being paid. Sutton got the money. Dorit, I don't know. You ain't got it. That's what the people are saying. This is all alleged. Again, these are my thoughts. These are my opinions. So, they are talking about... Okay, let's get into the Can soiree. The ladies are getting ready. They getting the hair done, getting glammed up, getting the cans on. Sutton is throwing shade in her confessionals. She's like, I'm expensive. Dorit, I'm going to eat the expensive caviar. Dorit will most definitely choose the cheap caviar because she ain't got no money. So that's pretty much what Sutton was saying, okay? So Dorit and Bose, they link up. They are in the Sprinter on their way to the caviar catastrophe. They're talking. And Bose is like, hey, it feels like Sutton should have been a part of the sisterhood. I don't feel like Sutton should have left your home in a rush the way that she did. I feel like we should have been able to talk it out. We should have learned more about, what happened on the trip when she was in Georgia, etc. So Dorit says she believes Sutton was looking for an excuse to leave. And she's saying that Sutton needs to stop playing the victim, that she's a master manipulator, and that she has inconsistent behavior. Now, I agree with the inconsistent behavior. Sutton, you Mrs. Jekyll and a Mrs. Hyde. Yo, we already know, we've seen your moods. You flip the switch and your moods are changing off and on. Like, you were a little shaky in that regard, Miss Mamas. You just are. Okay. So Dorit is saying that Sutton, I'm gonna hold her accountable, and I'm gonna talk to her about her calling me a bitch at my 4th of July event. Dorit, I, she called you a bitch because what you did was kind of a bitch move, implying that she's an alcoholic. Now, come on. And then Kyle, who we later found out did apologize. Kyle was perpetuating that Sutton was pill popping when Sutton was trying to hone in on the fact that you're not wearing your ring, you're hanging out with this new lady, you're not drinking, what's going on? Just saying, Dorit. At this point, I'm calling everybody out. Still love you though, but I'm calling you out. Okay. So what was funny to me was that Tilley is inviting all these ladies over. And is it me, or what the hell was going on with the tag-alongs? We had the tag-along showing up, the +1, +3. Kathy Hilton shows up with Faye Resnick, who we... Why? Why is Faye Resnick? But Kathy shows up with Faye Resnick. Kyle is in her Sprinter van with Sutton and with her assistant. Again, another tag along. So what was funny to me was that they already saw Sutton was on 1,000. Sutton was ready to be unleashed. She was just waiting for Dorit to look in her direction so she could be like, bitch, da 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 da, which she did. She ate her up. Dorit, you got ate up. So they start talking about what happened and what is causing Sutton to just ready to be unleashed and to go in on Dorit. Of course, Kyle is loving all the shade that Sutton is throwing Dorit's way. Sutton is coming for the coins. Bitch, you broke. I'm rich. Get over yourself. Pretty much that's what this whole conversation boiled down to. Okay, Dorit, get off my back. You don't have the financial bandwidth to engage in the sparring match, the verbal sparring match that I am giving to you, because our bank accounts are not in the same zip code. I'm in 90210, and honey, you are in 44120. If you don't know where that is, look it up. So that's basically what the hell was going on. And Dorit, why you ain't show up wearing a caftan? We know, baby, that your claim to fame is that you are this influencer, that you are this fashion girly, that you set trends and this, that. Why you ain't set a trend in the damn caftan? You really looked like a sore thumb because you didn't have the caftan on, because Dorit said, I don't like caftans. So, of course, she didn't show up in one. So, all the stragglers file into the party at the same time. We got Bose, Dorit, Kyle, her assistant, and Sutton all show up at the same time, okay? So Sutton couldn't even sit her ass down before Tilley. Hey, Sutton, what you drinking? And Sutton is like, I'll start with the water. Now, as the ladies are in there hugging each other, looking at each other's caftans, y'all know Garcelle shady ass looks at Dorit and is like, does Chanel not make caftans? Is that why Miss Thang is not wearing one? Garcelle is going to throw the shade at Dorit, no matter how you make it, shake it, or bake it. And y'all see in next week's episode, they actually go out to eat, and I'm just wondering why. And is Garcelle going to be throwing shade at Dorit as they eat? Anyway, so Sutton is like, I'm going to have a water. And so Dorit is like, I guess I missed the caftan memo. Honey, I believe you saw the caftan memo, and then I think what happened was you hopped on to Google and you saw that it wasn't going to accentuate anything because it's like a long moo that you was like, hell no, I'm not wearing no caftan. So as Dorit is like, I think I missed the caftan memo. Sutton is like, how did you miss that? And then in her confessional, she's stupid. So Sutton, again, reading every second. If you say Dorit's name, her mama. If you say Dorit is ugly, Sutton is going to no holds barred. She's keeping her foot right on Dorit's neck. So Dorit, um, pay attention because the girl is eating your ass up. So Dorita's like, she skipped over that part. She just paid attention to the event being caviar and is at being held at Caviar Caspia. So anyway, Dorit asked Sutton, "Are you drinking water because of our tit for tat?" Dorit, there you go, starting shit. Now, you should be a big energy reader. When Sutton walked into the event, you should have been able to read her energy and you should have just walked away. But instead, you're walking into the fire. So, mama, when you walk into the fire, be prepared. You didn't have your fire extinguisher, but the ladies extinguished you as much as they could. Okay? So, Sutton goes, "Is it okay for me to drink water?" And Dorit goes, "Are you in that mood?" And so Sutton is like, "No, why do you ask?" Dorit, you started it. Why do you keep coming for her? And then she's like, "Leave me alone." So Dorit sighs, "I never know which Sutton I'm gonna get. Now I know." So Tilley is like, "Yo, can we just take the drama that's happening inside? Can we take it outside so we can at least eat while you guys bitch?" So everyone goes outside. They see that their names have been placed in a seating arrangement. Now, when I saw the name Anna Marie on a place card, I started laughing because I was like, damn, is Anna Marie going to make a guest appearance? So they threw shade at Anna Marie from last season. Of course, it wasn't her. Tilley has another friend named Anna Marie. So anyway, all the ladies are seated at the table. So as the ladies are seated at the table, y'all already know there's tension. It's so quiet we can hear a rat piss on cotton. So they are just sitting around. And so Faye brings up the fact that Tilley, long time ago, was nominated for an Academy Award. And then Erica goes into her encyclopedia era where she is just giving all of these encyclopedic facts that we did not know. She talks about Tilley and her sister. We find out that Tilley is half Chinese. Her father was Chinese. We also find out that Cher is Armenian and from the Valley. Fun fact. So moving on, Sutton is ordering. She can't decide what, she's going to have to drink. So the ladies are chatting amongst themselves. So Sutton looks at Bose and she asks Bose, how many people do you have in you today? And Bose looks at her like, what? And my thing is, Sutton, you have already displayed your Karen-like behavior with Bose, and this is why Bose is not really feeling you, because you came at her on some, "You need to apologize, you made me feel a certain way." And it's like, Sutton, please stop. You have all the people in your pocket that you need to be in your pocket. You got Garcelle, your superhero, who keeps her cape on with a big S on cape is for Sutton, because she is going to ride and she is going to swoop in to save you whenever somebody is putting some heat to your feet. That's what she just does, and she's going to continue to do. So Bose is like, "Girl, I'm not even going there with you," because like, what? How many people? So Erica is like, "We can't fight. The food is coming." And y'all already know these housewives don't never get to damn eat because fights always ensue. But these ladies said, "Damn it, it's caviar, it's baked potatoes. I'm going to eat while these bitches argue. I am not going to miss out on caviar and potatoes." So Dorit is basically like, "Back off." And so Sutton is like, "You back off, and I mean it sincerely." So Dorit clinks her glass. Hey guys, Sutton has something to say. And Sutton is like, "I have something for you, not for everybody else." And Sutton goes in, "I came to your house on the 4th of July. I came in peace. I brought flowers from my garden. And I had to wait pretty much for 30 minutes. Kyle was the next person to come in. You took my handbag." And Dorit is like, "Oh, how vicious of me trying. I was just trying to be humorous." And so Sutton mocks her. And I'm just like, these women are damn near 60 years old. and they are acting like middle schoolers, and I am here for it because it's giving me content. So Sutton is like, I brought champagne, hand cut flowers from my garden, and you wanted to point out the vodka and grapefruit situation, but you put vodka in your Coke. Clench your pearls. So you put vodka in your Coca-Cola. You did this to make a jab at me. And Dorit says, why would I do that? And Sutton goes, I got to say, Sutton goes, you did it last year when you insinuated I had a drinking problem. You know you did it. And so Dorit goes, I was the only one talking about your drinking. And Sutton goes, Kyle has apologized. Kyle better had, because she was talking about the pill popping. So Dorita's like, I didn't apologize. And Erica's like, wait a minute, you didn't apologize? And so production cuts back to the reunion. And Dorit, you did not apologize. You didn't apologize. You didn't apologize. Erica, I thought you did. Sutton goes, you picked on me. Now it's time to pick on someone whose wallet fits. Damn, these fighting words. Oh shit. Kyle is like, no, this is embarrassing. Erica says, you think you're bigger than her? Sutton says, I think my wallet is. Dorit, in her confessional, this is as low as you can go. And Dorit is like, the only thing her money has ever brought her is a horse instead of a date. This is comedy, okay? What does that have to do with it? And so Sutton is like, so they're like, what does money? Erica's like, what does money have to do with this? And Sutton is like, I want Dorit to back up off me. I'm tired. And Dorit is like, let me know when you're done. She's so rude. And then Dorit goes, so you can leave, but Kyle can't. And Dorit says, so you can call me a bitch? And Sutton says, no, I should have called you a bitch. And Dorit looks around the table like, oh, I'm the mean one. And Dorit in her confessional is like, Sutton is tacky, she's low class, and all the stuff like that. So then Garcelle, the super Sutton hero, goes, well, why didn't you just say, I'm sorry, that this was a terrible joke? Garcelle is going to cape for Sutton, baby. Y'all, but don't nobody say nothing about Sutton, because the Garcelle is going to come whoop your ass. So Dorit is like, yeah, so Garcelle's like, well, why didn't you apologize? And then she yells at Kyle, why aren't you stepping in to help me? And Kyle is like, well, I've been trying to play mediator. Kyle, no, you wasn't. You was enjoying every minute of it because it's like, it's not me, your turn. So then Faye has to chime in. And my thing is like, damn it, Faye, I thought we left you with the OJ Chronicles. I'm tired of you, Faye. Back up. Back up. So anyway, the episode, it ends. Not Garcelle, Dorit gets up from the table because, you know, when Dorit was yelling at Kyle, why didn't you help me? Kyle is like, oh my God. So Kyle gets up, Dorit, move. So Kyle plants herself in the seat that Dorit was once occupying. Dorit moves and sits next to Garcelle, and they finish hammering it out. And then, you know, Dorit gets up from the table, and so she starts talking to Kyle, and she starts shading Sutton some more and talking about her meds, like, oh, well, maybe she took the wrong meds or something like that. And so Kyle is like, listen, I really got an opportunity to see why Sutton is triggered, why Sutton is the way that she is. And I'm not saying that I'm a super Sutton fan, but generational curses are real. I can understand why Sutton feels the way that she feels when someone tries to insinuate she has a drinking problem. Now, I know at the beginning of the video, I was like, come on. But it's like, real talk, that shit is not, trauma is real. Generational curses are real. White people have generational curses as well. And for Sutton, her watching her father be an alcoholic, pop pills, become depressed, unalive himself. The thought that anyone would put it in the atmosphere that she is anything like her father is very much triggering for her. So, yeah. So, Dorit, I want to see how you are going to get out of this situation. She and Sutton have decided, listen, I cannot be around her. I need space. So these two are really taking space. Kyle gives advice. Hey, maybe you guys need to talk outside of the group. Kyle, someone will be calling the police because these two broads will be in jail if they even meet. No, I don't recommend that Dorit and Sutton meet for anything. Dorit and Sutton should not meet. They shouldn't meet for shit. So, and also at the reunion, keep these two as far away from each other as possible, or there will be blonde weave all over that stage. So y'all, that's it. That's all I got. This episode tickled the hell out of me. It's funny. Black women, we fight. Get ready to fight with our fists, and these women fight over who has more money in the bank, baby. How I feel about it. So y'all continue to like, share, comment, subscribe. How did y'all feel about this episode? What did y'all think about Mauricio out here in these streets, living his best life? More like, bye y'all. I'm going to get me a PYT in the words of Michael Jackson. So thank y'all again for subscribing. I will see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip. Girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip. Girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip girl.